You see her pass off in the distance, heading up to the road towards you. It must be time to give them the Mobius ring. Geez, it's a good ring though. Seems a shame to have to give it up. But easy come, easy go. Looking for it in your bag, but you can't find it. But you notice that you're wearing it in your offhand. You try to take it off. Boy, that try is real ominous, huh? Doesn't budge. Experimentally, you swap it onto your main ring finger, and that works. When you swap your current ring back, the Mobius ring ends up back on your other hand. Uh-oh. Is this thing cursed? The other you said you shouldn't use it, and you would find out why if you did. Being unable to give up a good ring doesn't seem like much of a curse, though. Wait, how did they give you the ring? You must have figured out a way to break the curse. Something about someone named Chester at Delphine Farm? There aren't any farms around you, though. It must be something you'll find out about later. In the meantime, you better make yourself scarce before the other you sees you. So, not yet. Back to the hut. Distant frog sounds become less distant frogs. That's how you find yourself very close to a lot of frogs. Translated. Ask this gal for a treat. Ooh. You cautiously enter the spooky hut and discover it's actually really nice inside. A young woman with a rather twig-oriented hat greets you. Oh, hello! Please come in. I don't get many visitors apart from the birds. I might be in the wrong place. Are you Barbara Yargara? That's correct, and you are? I'm Slime Green. Pleasure. Come in, come in. This is a really nice house, honest. To be honest, I was expecting everything to be a lot more, witchy. Oh, you heard the old stories. Those are about my granny. She was really into croning. Croning? Being a crone, all the really old traditional magic stuff. She used to be nearly 200 years old. She let me this house, and all her birds and so on. I see. Is that why you're here? Chasing the old legends of Barbara Yargara? Well, not exactly. I met a kid who's into old stories, but he was afraid you might be the child-eating kind of witch, so he sent me instead. Oh, that's adorable. I don't think I've ever eaten a child, but there's no telling what was in Granny's stews. I'm not sure that was meant as a joke or... Sure! Anyway, I'm supposed to take back a feather to prove that I met you? Okay, I can't just give you one, though. Are you sure? Yeah, sorry, I have to give you some kind of test for this traditional thing. What sort of test? Well, it's a lot of work keeping this room clean with the birds and all. I'm getting behind on all my other chores. Chores. Or you could fight me. Fight you? Granny trained all these birds to be killers, but I haven't exactly been out looking for trouble like she used to, so they could use some exercise, Can I have a little treat? Oh, sure, dear. You got breath mint. This breath mint was stuffed in the bottle of a person in 1880 only recently rediscovered. Tell me more about those chores? I need you to muck out the bird bath out front and pick the right cattails out of my cattail patch for me. There are only 2 things. Isn't there a 3rd thing? Of course, but I'll tell you about that after you finish the first 2. Okay, I'll do the chores. Great! You can tell the right cattails by having them look a little different, and I'm sure you saw the bird bath when you came in. Huh, never seen an indoor bird bath before. Oh, that was a gift. It's too small for my birds, though. I'd be happy to give it to you along with my feather. That feather if you help me out? Okay. Probably shouldn't mess with Trapdoor without Barbara's permission. And probably all her birds' permission, too. Chestnut has nothing but rooks on one side and nothing but doves on the other. This isn't much as a bird bath as a bird dirt here. 6 seasoned sledge armor. Oh, we got this perfume wedding veil for stench armor. And for sleeves, we got this crystal heart necklace. Wait, does that not do it? Dang it. Need more stench armor. Oh, right, because it's an accessory that occupies the same slot. Unfortunate. Oh, Bowery Cloche. Much better. Muck it out. You slop the filth out of the bird bath and hide it behind a tree where no one can see it. What do I want for my accessory? I forgot. Alright, I had a mysticality. Boink. Cattail is right, which I suppose it means it's suitable for whatever purpose Barbara uses them for. How are those chores going? I finished. Here's your cattails. Great, thanks. What's the mysterious third task? Go down to the basement and fetch a sack of birdseed for me. Basement? How do you have a basement in a swamp? It's weird, I know. I think Granny's magic keeps it from collapsing. It makes it kind of scary down here. You have a flashlight, right? Yes, I have a flashlight. The fuse box is broken beyond repair. You have no choice but to dwell in the darkness. Wow, Barbara wasn't kidding about being uncomfortably dark down here. Spooky armor time. Go deeper. How long is this basement? You're pretty sure you would have reached the back wall by now. Makes sense why she keeps using it in the basement. Scariest thing about things is the kerning. You don't particularly want to know what this puddle consists of. Geez, that's a lot of rats. Are they whispering, "Get out"? You can hear that, right? It's not just me? Oh, good. The wall is bleeding here. The ground around here starts to shake and bits of dirt are falling from the ceiling. The rumbling noise almost sounds like someone growling, "Your soul is mine!" It seems like bad news. Let's get a creepy locket. These must be original Barbara Yargara's magic books. Unfortunately, it's dark as the inside of a dog down here. The ground is shaking more violently, furiously even. The walls howl, "Die, fool!" at you as rocks falling from the ceiling threaten to bury you alive. Finally, get the seed and out of here. You got an item, bag of birdseed. Ha ha ha, you should plant this if you want to grow a field of birds. Ho ho ho. Oh, that was weird. How are those chores going? You should stack a birdseed. You kind of undersold how scary it is down there. Sorry about that. Maybe I can learn to keep the mice away. And the voices and the bleeding walls. Doesn't sound familiar. Maybe your flashlight was acting up? Anyway, thanks. Here's that feather I promised. You got Barbara Yargara a feather. Feather from one of Barbara's birds, not Barbara herself. Thanks. You said I could have this little bird bath? Sure, take it with my blessing. It's not a literal blessing. I don't know how to do those yet. Really should have dumped the water out before you started carrying it around. It's clean now. Let's never speak of it again. You're browsing through your way through a swamp, taking a sniff through your nose trumpet, and now then. This swamp smells terrible. I mean, the swamp is literally just a standing water and rotting compost of biome, so it's not like that's news or anything. You wouldn't be surprised if this swamp is at least nominated for a world's worst smelling swamp. Oh god in heaven, what is that? Something smells like a rotten egg made with a tire fire, and the egg the tire fire laid also went rotten. Squinting through the tears, you see a patch of brown air hovering nearby. That must be the smell of the wisp that kid was looking for. Well, let's stack up some stench armor. Do a little wandering. The spot color in this drab swamp catches your eye, and you find a pile of withered orange husks in front of a shallow cave. This must be near the Chupa Naranja. Unfortunately, it isn't home right now, or maybe since you aren't an orange, it wouldn't be dangerous to you anyway? That almost certainly isn't true. Set your trap. You set your trap and hide behind a nearby bush to wait for your prey. After a while, you start to get very bored. Remember that people who hunt for traps don't typically sit and wait for the prey to show up. Instead, they leave and come back later. That's the whole kind of point of animal traps. You catch a whiff of the burnt rubber and see a column of smoke drifting into the sky nearby. As you get close to the site, you see that a small airplane has crashed into the mud, or perhaps splattered or glorped into the mud. Despite anything the map might have to say about it, you managed to wander back to the spot where you set that trap for the Chupa Naranja. Peering through the bushes, you discover your trap has been trapped something. So it looks like a giant toad with a tentacle face covered in boils that also might be eyes? You have no idea what a Chupa Naranja looks like, but this is about as seemingly as anything you were imagining. The presumed Chupa Naranja seems pretty annoyed by being caught in your trap. You carefully sneak up on the Chupa Naranja. Since it's both distracted by the trap and also unable to turn around, you manage to take it completely unawares. It struggles futilely as you grab it in the headlock and slice off one of its nostrils. The creature roars in pain and anger. By the time it manages to thrash its way out of the trap, you are already completely the heck out of here. Ring of Flesh, perfectly crafted by the natural selection to seek out the mightiest of oranges. Guys, there are swamp gas syrups nearby with a loud sound in a brownish yellow cloud. I won't bother trying to describe the smell, I'm sure you can imagine it for yourself. A large swarm of stink bugs quickly arrive and start zooming around the inside the gas cloud. It's unclear if they're attracted by the smell or if they're refilling their stink bags, or what. When that cloud dissipates, you're probably going to have a lot of unwanted attention. Stink bugs aren't paying you any mind just yet, so it's simple enough to just leave. Unfortunately, in the process, you get upon by another geyser. Ugh. Ah, here it is. Run up and grab it. Holding both your nose and your breath, you run up and snatch the wisp before it can fly away, collecting a clump of air so foul it sticks to your hand. Fortunately, you got an empty jar you can scrape it off into. You got Stinky Esther. All the items on the table are either made of or covered in moss. Ooh, this rock is covered with Eastern Twinkly Mana Moss. Please. Well, if this isn't the moss man the kid was talking about, you got a real unusual coincidence here. Doesn't exactly look fearsome, but if you're looking for a fight, it might be best to take advantage of surprise. Talk to him. Excuse me, are you a moss man? Yep, that's me. Clyde Mossman, pleased to meet ya. Hi, I'm Slime Green. Welcome to my humble abode. I ain't get many visitors. Well, except some weird kid I sometimes see peeking around the trees. Are you actually Moss Man? I ain't quite get what you mean. That's my last name, like I said. Yeah, but are you a human person or sort of moss swamp creature? I guess this is a strange and impossibly rude question. Well, I weren't always this way, but I've been living in this swamp a long time and I just kind of dug in and got comfortable. The moss just kind of sort of grows out of me natural like now instead of hair. It happened so gradual and I got so accustomed to it, didn't occur to me to question it. Oop, sorry, didn't mean to give you some kind of philosophical crisis. No apology necessary, friend, but it is something I'm gonna have to be chewing on for a while. Can I have some of your moss? Excuse me? You dropped an existential bombshell on me and now you're asking for part of my body? Not really in top social form today, I guess. I do need some of that moss though. Tell you what, help me solve this puzzle of whatever I'm a man or a monster and I'll give you some moss. Well, let me have a look at this moss. Oh yeah, this is Sphagnum distiosi. What's that when it's at home? It's sort of the moss version of a fungal parasite. It grows on animals that don't move around much, like sloths, and steals the energy and nutrients that would otherwise be used to make hair. Basically harmless. Well, that's a relief. If you ever feel a strong urge to get yourself eaten by wolves though, I'd recommend trying to ignore that. Gotcha. So this means I'm a regular human? Well yeah, with an asterisk next to regular maybe, but yeah. That's a relief. Let me give you some of this moss like I promised. He also have a part of his mustache and hands it to you. You got Mossman's mustache. Lip-shaped slab of moss. Thanks. Hey, are you a hobo? Only to think about hobos, they're always on the move. I feel like I'm practically the opposite of a hobo. I happen to know a group of hobos that settled down and built themselves a pretty nice camp. I bet you'd be welcome there if you're interested. Well now, I do value my solitude, but it certainly couldn't do any harm to business C. In fact, I do believe I'm due for a vacation. He marked the location of the hobo camp on Clyde's map, and he heads off into the swamp with a wave. What else we got? Flemberg. Shotgun-toting gator hunter hollers at you from you. You again! I told you to get! Didn't I give you enough money for the bus? Well, here! The mailbox says Flemberg on the side. Rifle through it. You casually commit a federal crime. This gas generator is providing power to the barn in exchange for pastoral ambience. Ooh, a fence. Another one of these cursed picket fences. Figure to be cursed. Will Hunter's the one who's cursed. Looking pretty spick and span. One fence left to make Will Hunter a real boy again. Some viscous goo has rendered this house entirely decorative. Looks like Flemberg's a fan of crates and barrels. The last case was two giant horrible flies in it. Crazy controls for this crazy contraption. Probably just shouldn't mess around with it until you talk to that guy inside the machine. Bench of welding tools and supplies. The shop contains a lot of things that you don't know what they are or what they do. Next to the workbench, there's a pile of much smaller workbenches. There's so many, surely he wouldn't mind. Flemberg must have been working on miniaturization technology before he developed his weird fly obsession. Hey, how's it going? Very small man inside the machine is clearly trying to get your attention. Hi, I'm Slime. Do you need help?
I absolutely need help. Thank you. My name's Flemberg, Paul Flemberg. I went back into my parents' old house because nobody would give me lab seats for my experiments. Not an assistant would also have been nice to have.
What are you trying to do?
Prove myself, but you know, better, faster, stronger, at least one of those. But I put the wrong settings on the control console and all that happened was that I shrank.
You can't just change the settings?
Door doesn't open from the inside.
But...
Yeah, I didn't think it through.
Okay, well, I can just let you...
No! Opening the door with the polarizer booth and it takes months for the field emitters to recharge. Not to mention the fact that I have to collect all new supplies of genetic material. The door can only be opened once.
Geez, you really didn't think this through. What should I do then?
You have to fix the settings on the console.
What should I set to?
Clearly, if I knew that, I wouldn't have put in the wrong ones in myself. Just make it better before you open the door.
Better than what?
Better than a normal guy. I don't know. I spent so long thinking about how I could build this machine. I didn't have any time left to think about why I built it.
I'll see what I can do. Mess with them. Let's see, you got... Fly and Flemberg. Huh. Looks to be 100% Flemberg at this point. Wearing a nice hat. Okay, well, this is just like the normal me, like before I even got in here. This is exactly what I do not want. Oh, right, you told me that. Are you sure you don't want to be a regular person? It seems to work fine for most of us. I'm positive. Change me. Improve me. Okay, so pituitary is what makes it small. Flemberg flapped his mouth a few times, but he didn't seem to be able to speak. The way he's breathing seems pretty uncomfortable, too. Flemberg's now a giant fly with a human head. Oh god, one sec, I'll try again. No, wait, this one's pretty great, actually. What? I can fly? I have the proportionate strength of a fly scaled to human size. What's not to love? Buzz, buzz. Is this anger? Are you trying to express anger right now? Buzz, buzz. Horrible fly-headed man is buzzing loudly and repeatedly punching the glass. He's wearing a nice hat. Clawing violently at the window and buzzing angrily. Unfortunately, the unbreakable glass was the one thing he did think through. I don't know much about this. Was giant fly consider humans to be prey? That doesn't really answer my question. I think it's just a regular fly in there. Fine, I'll give you a fancy hat. You're sure you're like this? Having a huge fly body? Wouldn't you? I don't understand your objection. I guess. Let Flemberg out of the booth. Heck yeah, I can't wait to get all kinds of giant fly stuff. Before you go, I need to get a chest hair off of you. Do I still have those? Okay, well whatever. Sure. Thanks, it's for... I probably just don't want to know. I'm out. See you. Okay, bye. That was weird. Ow. You lost. Gee, that really takes you off. How those ticks off you. Take a moment to consider your failure. Contemplative. Think about that fight you lost, how much that sucked. Now you don't want to lose any more fights. We need more health. There we go. More health. Like the boss man you were talking about. See, I told you he's real. Yeah, he's a pretty decent guy actually. He gave me his mustache. Here. My gosh, that's amazing. Thank you. You're welcome. Kid happily sticks a mustache to his upper lip. How do I look? Mossy? This is the best day of my life. Kid pulls out a sash with pins a badge on it and hands it to you. As thanks, here's an official Monster Squad sash and your first Monster Squad badge. You got Monsters Club sash. Huh. Neat. How's that mustache working out for you, kid? Love it, it's really swell. Well, once it grows anymore, you have to get your dad to teach you how to grow it properly. Turned out you're right, the honey ant was a totally real thing. My gosh, really? I knew it! And here's your tracing back and that fingernail you wanted. Wow, huh. Anything wrong? I guess I'm kind of torn between excitement and vindication, and the fact that I realized this is a much grislier object than I realized it was going to be. Oh, don't worry about it, the honey ant will be fine, it had 9 more. I guess that's true. Anyway, thanks for your help. Here's another Monster Squad badge. Enjoying that fingernail? Oh, it's not about the fingernail itself. It's more about the good feelings that come from knowing that you were right all along and everyone who doubted you was a fool. I see. Enjoying that? Oh yes, very much so. Hi, did you find a smell of the wisp? I sure did. Please don't open the jar while I'm in the room. That bad, huh? The liver's gotten stronger since I met it. Well anyway, thank you for your help. You hand over the nose trumpet she lent you for the jar of the foul she collected. Kid takes your sash, pins another badge on it, and hands it back to you. Hey, you look getting a feather from Barbara Yargra? You're one of her birds, right? Yeah, she doesn't have feathers herself. We established that. Good. Just checking. Here you go. Just checking. Here you go. Wow, thanks a lot. What was she like? She's pretty nice, actually. Don't go in the basement, though. The kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. You got Monster Club sash. Did you meet the flyman? Did you get, yeah, I got it here. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna put it in this little silver locket and treasure it forever. What was he like? Was the experiment a success? I've gotta go. Join the feather? Yeah, it's real neat. Still trying to work up the courage to go visit her myself, though. You take a couple of other kids with you? Nah. None of us really share any interest in except the broadly categorical sense. How's your smell the wisp research going? Well, every time I try to smell the sample, my eyes water so bad I can't see any of my instruments, and one of my probes melted. It's really exciting! Can I use your equipment to make some potion? Sure, just don't disturb any of my smells. The girl is gazing into her terrarium dreamishly. Do you think it's okay for a woman in a giant flag? Oh. Well, at least it was a success that worked for her. Kid is messing around with some kind of weird mechanical contraption. Hey, caught that Chuper Naranja you were after. It looked pretty fierce, but the trap did the job. Wow, that's great! Now we'll have real proof why there aren't any oranges in the swamp. Sure, anyway, here's its nostril. Neat, I'll wear it as a ring. Okay. Anyway, don't go near that part of the swamp for a while, it was real mad. You got Monster Club Sash. Yay! One of each stat and one additional combat item and 5 to extra HP and plus 20 to the meat drops. That's an amazing accessory. I will take it. Definitely worth. How's the trap making going? I think I'm done with traps for now. I'm working on inventing the electric razor. Are you even old enough to shave? No, but that just means I got plenty of time. New cat unlocked. Boris looks at your sash and nods approvingly. You can now pet Boris to receive a boon. What do you got? Spooky armor. I think I'll keep my current one. I think we'll leave these for next time. Now let's go back to Hobo Camp. There's a moss man. Hey, there he is. Hey, Slime, right? Thanks for pointing out to this place. Pretty great. Everyone's real friendly like. Nice. So you aren't missing the solitude of the swamp? Nope. Turns out it's less important to me than just being able to sit still and not do much. Been helping out by growing herbs for the kitchen here. You have any hobo code you could teach me? Sure, I picked up a couple of signs. Here's one for keep off the grass. You set up the bird bath barber yarder I gave you. Edison happily flies over to it and starts splashing around. You set up Flember's tiny workbench up on your desk. Time to get to tiny work. Ooh. Edison's frolicking happily in the bird bath. Aww.